Today, we commemorate 10 years since the start of the Flint water crisis, while still impacting many families throughout the area. We want to thank you for joining us for TV5 News at 9, everyone. I'm Blake Keller. Sierra out on assignment right now, but we've been covering local leaders and organizations that played a role in the Flint water crisis all morning long. And we take you to the one that's bustling every single day, making sure that families in Genesee County have clean drinking water, food, clothing, and so much more. We have TV5's Lauren Piesco live at the R.L. Jones Community Outreach Center in Flint to share a little bit more. Lauren, good morning.
Yeah, Blake, good morning. That's right. We are standing outside here at the R.L. Jones Community Center here in Flint. Joining me now is our founder, Miss Sandra Jones. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Sandra, for those who don't know, what do you guys do here?
Well, today is our Help Center Day. And today we will have the community residents from all around Genesee County. And they're in line to come and pick up food and personal care items. We have the clothes closet open today as well. And so that's kind of what we do.
And water distribution as well, right? You guys started right in response to the Flint water crisis.
We started in response to the Flint water crisis. However, we don't always have water.
Right.
And so when we do, of course, the residents are extremely excited about it. But not all the time do we get water. The food comes from the Food Bank of Eastern Michigan. And so whatever the Food Bank of Eastern Michigan brings us on this day, then this is what we give out. Sometimes they have water that has been donated, and then sometimes they don't. It just depends.
Does this look like a typical morning for you guys with cars lined up down the road at 8 o'clock waiting to grab some food?
Yes, ma'am. Totally typical. We kind of thought that after the water crisis was over, that the line would go down, and this is when we discovered that there was so much need in the city for food. So we kept it going, and it's 3 sites, and so I'd like to say that, if it's okay. There are 3 sites. There's Asbury United Methodist, Bethel United Methodist, and then, of course, us here at R.L. Jones Community Outreach Center. And we've been doing this now since 2017.
Which is amazing. And today marks 10 years since the Flint water crisis first began.
Right.
Reflecting back on that, can you remind us once again how you guys first got started here and what that looked like?
Well, my husband is very well known throughout the country in our religious affiliation, Church of God in Christ. People from all over the country started calling and sending water. And then, of course, I still always have to throw Mary Stevenson from Catholic Charities. I got to throw her under the bus because they were getting so much water, they didn't have anywhere to put it. And so they called us and asked us if we would. And we said yes. And that was in January of 2016. We have never closed our doors. Not even during COVID did we close our doors. And we actually, what you see today is just Thursday. But Monday through Thursday from 7 to 5, every week we work 10-hour days. We deliver food and personal care items to more than 1,200 households throughout Genesee County.
Well, Ms. Jones, the work you guys are doing here is truly incredible. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank
if
you.
you'd like to hear more Flint stories today, we'll have more on our website at WNEM.com. And make sure to download our TV5 mobile app as well for more information. We're live in Flint. Lauren Piesco for TV5, sending it back to the studio.
Lauren, thank you. Just one of many organizations that stepped up during the crisis. As we look back on the past decade and what the city of Flint and the people of the city have endured, TV5's Colette Boyd sat down with former Flint Mayor Dane Walling. While he was the leader of the city at the time the water switch happened, he didn't have any power. Listen as he talks about how the water switch changed the course of his life, as well as everyone living in the city.
That push really changed the course of your life, the lives of so many, because tens of thousands of Flint residents were exposed to lead, and outbreaks of Legionnaire's disease killed at least 12 people and sickened dozens more. So looking at the push now, what are your thoughts after knowing all of that and what's occurred since that time?
Well, you know, I have to remind everyone that we were under state control at the time that all of these decisions were being made. So the normal flow of information to myself, to city council, all of that was being disrupted upstream. It was being diverted. And as I look back on those tragic months, I just keep coming back to how important it is that we protect and strengthen our local democracies. That, myself at the time, city council members, we were really supposed to be on the front lines, but instead we were kind of shoved off to the side. And as we look at candidates, as we look at elections kind of up and down the ballot, I just hope everyone pays attention to who these individuals are who are seeking higher office, and are they really embracing a democracy? Do they really value kind of input and dialogue and discussion? Because if you're just fixated on one ideology, very catastrophic things can happen. Now, I think there's a lot of other lessons about the Safe Drinking Water Act and what we need to be doing at all levels of government around safe and clean water in this country. But I really think underneath that has to be a real commitment to democracy and to local democracy. And we were deprived of that in Flint. So I was there, I was still serving as mayor, but I didn't have the authority and the power that I would have if we were in normal circumstances.
And coming up on TV5 News at noon, former Mayor Dane Walling talks about what reactions he got from Flint residents at the time and the reactions he's still getting today. Also, we're hearing from Congressman Dan Kildee in a statement who says of the crisis, quote, "Flint is resilient, but there's more work to be done to deliver justice to families. Justice will come in many forms, including holding those who poisoned our water accountable, giving residents relief from high water bills, and connecting families with health care services and investing in our public schools." He also says America can't forget what happened to and in Flint. Later today, Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely offering tours of the city's upgraded water plant, showing off the over $146 million that was invested to improve the infrastructure. The mayor and plant staff will be there to answer any questions. Each tour is around 15 minutes. It's about 20 people per tour, and that's 2 to 4 this afternoon. One of the many community events that happens today, the UAW Local 659 hosts a solidarity forum. The subject, Water War Zones Beyond Flint, with speakers from the Genesee County Coalition for Clean Water, Detroit, Benton Harbor, Three Rivers, and Highland Park. That's 6 to 8 this evening. And for the latest information on the Flint water crisis and other stories, check out our website, WNEM.com, or download our TV5 mobile app. Well, let's take a live look, and we are going to Flint this morning, and it's turning into another chilly day, chilly start, even though the sun out there seems to be helping. So we got First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro here with a look at your forecast. And when are we expecting a decent warm up, Matthew?
Blake, definitely a decent warm up as we go into the weekend. 70s returning, but even for today, this afternoon, we'll see 50s on more of a widespread basis. So even today will be much more of an improvement over some of the temperatures we saw yesterday afternoon. For this morning, already back out of the 20s. It was a cold start. We have 35 right now in Flint, 36 in Saginaw, seeing 33 in Houghton Lake. So just above freezing in Houghton Lake right now. We do want to first alert you to one more round of frost for tonight. After this, though, looking much warmer into the weekend, so frost certainly won't be a concern as we go through the weekend and early next week. First day of the Freeland Walleye Festival today, too, shaping up very nicely. So we've already had plenty of sunshine so far. Those garage sales are already starting to get underway. If you are planning to participate in that today, you definitely won't have to worry about any rain moving over any of the items that you're placing outdoors. And even if you were just thinking of running your car through the car wash today and tomorrow, both looking like good days, it's once we go into Friday night and Saturday, we see some rain returning to mid-Michigan. Now, with that rain is those even warmer temperatures, but in your full First Alert forecast, I'll have a sneak peek of the arrival of that rainfall. Your live on time traffic sponsored by Mid-Michigan Toyota Dealers looks great for us this morning, too. No crashes to report. All of our drive times looking pretty normal as well. Even if you're heading towards Flint, Grand Blanc, or Fenton, no delays there. And if you're making your way towards Lansing, Ann Arbor, or Metro Detroit, we've seen some pretty good drive times in those directions as well.